When Seraph's eyes fluttered open, it was greeted by an endless expanse of gray ash. She sat up then, her mind foggy, with no recollection of how she'd arrived in this desolate landscape. As she stood, her feet sank into the fine powder, and she felt an unusual energy coursing through her veins. She looked down at her hands, and they glowed with a soft, golden light, images of a huge forest fire seeping into their hideout and roasting her sister and herself alive flashed through her mind suddenly like a distant memory. Was she dead, and was this the great beyond? Where were her sisters, and how would she ever find them in this great expanse of ash? As she made to stand, she squinted suddenly into the distance. Blinking to be sure she was not seeing things, for surely, a figure emerged from the haze, its features indistinct. As it drew closer, Seraph saw it was a being with skin like dark, polished marble and wings like a bat. She should have been afraid because it was something one only ever saw in horror movies. But strangely, she was not, only curious in her hazy state. When it was close enough, it introduced itself as Kale, a guardian of the Ashlands. You, Seraph, are now immortal, blessed with the powers of the phoenix, Kale declared, having read her questioning thoughts partly through her facial expressions. You are very much alive and invincible to humans now. Sadly, your sisters were not as fortunate. Why you were chosen to evolve so, I do not know. But your journey will not be an easy one. It will be long and treacherous, but you will find a way out of this desolate land. Still believing she was seeing things, she stood and looked around, hoping to use the sun as a pointer for the four corners of the earth, north, south, east and west. But there was no giant star in the sky, no clouds either, just gray everywhere she turned. Where was the right direction out of this desert of ash? She turned to the guardian for questioning. But he had vanished as suddenly as he had appeared. Forward then it was, she decided, as all directions seemed to lead to endlessness. Seraph set off, her footsteps echoing in the stillness. Along the way, she encountered a creature with the body of a lion and the head of an eagle, which took a liking to her and taught her how to harness her phoenix powers. It then gifted her a small crystal that allowed her to control the ash, creating pathways and shielding herself from deadly creatures. As she traversed the barren landscape, she met a wise, serpent-like being named Lyra. Lyra was pleasantly surprised to find a new immortal in the Ashlands and befriended her at once. She also shared ancient knowledge, revealing the secrets of the Ashlands and the mythical creatures that inhabited them. Lyra also presented Seraph with a gift, a necklace made of gleaming silver scales, which granted her protection and strength. Seraph's journey was endless, marked by encounters with fantastical beings, each imparting wisdom and bestowing gifts. There was Erin, a mischievous sprite who taught her to navigate the treacherous terrain and bestowed upon her a cloak of invisibility. And Zephyr, a wind spirit who showed her how to harness the power of the elements and how to unlock her wings, which she never knew she had and could summon at will, allowing her to soar above the ash. Despite these newfound abilities and gifts, Seraph faced formidable challenges. She battled fearsome creatures born from the ash, their forms twisted and grotesque. But with each victory, she grew stronger, her phoenix powers burning brighter. After many moons, Seraph spotted a shimmering portal in the distance. As she approached, the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, and Kale reappeared, its wings beating fiercely as it spoke. Seraph, you have proven yourself worthy. That is why this portal has appeared before you. Unlock the portal, and it will transport you to a land of abundance and life. With a deep breath, Seraph reached out, and her golden light merged with the portal's energy. The gateway swung open, revealing a realm of lush green forests and sparkling waterfalls. Seraph stepped through, feeling the warmth of the sun on her skin for the first time in ages. As she looked back, the Ashlands disappeared, replaced by a radiant landscape teeming with life. Seraph knew she would never forget the strange and mythical beings who had guided her on her journey, and she carried their gifts and wisdom with her into this new world. With her phoenix powers and the lessons she had learned, she was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead, her spirit soaring like the wings she had been given.